Hey, everybody. How are you? How are you? Kathy and Jordan here. We're excited to come to you today. So, let me ask you a question. Are you looking for something simple to help you feel happier, help you feel healthier, and to get you more focused each and every day? Well, then
In
tune
this,
in.
in this episode, we're going to share a really simple but very powerful 30-day gratitude challenge that is scientifically proven to improve your life and also grow your business. So stay tuned. Hey there, everyone. I'm Jordan Maley. I'm here with my mom and business partner, Kathy Schneider, and we are a mother-daughter team who help driven network marketers with the simple strategies to grow your business quickly online without confusion and overwhelm. And we want to welcome you to today's episode of Coffee with K&J. We're really excited to come to you guys live every single Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern for some coffee and free training to help grow your business. So, if you're watching us over on our new YouTube channel, we want to encourage you to become a subscriber so that you'll be the first to know whenever we schedule new episodes, okay? Also, every single episode that we create here at Coffee with K&J includes a free downloadable resource where you can take that resource, download it, and use it immediately in your business. We create resources to go along with each and every episode, and you'll find the link to access that resource along the bottom of the video, or it might be along the top. It depends on where you're watching, but you'll find it in different places throughout the video, as well as in the description below if you want to go check it out. So let's dive in. Let's talk about, let's do a quick little, intro as to what we're going to be talking about today. And then we're going to talk about, or we're going to announce our winner from last week's contest and show you how you can win a $100 Amazon gift card by tuning in with us today. As you're coming on, say hello. Let us know you're here. Hey, Virginia, Jean, Mary, great to see you ladies here. Let's jump in and do it, Mom.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question really fast. Do we have any Zig Ziglar fans here? If you are a Zig Ziglar fan, I want you to, in the comments, I want you to just type in the word Ziggy, okay? Ziggy. I love Zig Ziglar. And I tell you what, his quotes, when I'm looking for a good quote, I jump over and Google Zig Ziglar because I'm telling you, he has got, between him and Jim Rohn, they've just pretty much covered everything you could possibly ever need if it comes to, keeping a great attitude, staying pumped up, staying focused. I mean, I tell you, I am a lover of quotes. Love the Ziggy, love the Zigs. Awesome. Okay,
Yes.
so this is one of my favorite Zig Ziglar quotes. And I actually thought of it as soon as I was going over the blog post and looking at what we were going to be sharing with you guys. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got the perfect quote to put in here. Although it's actually, like I say, not my quote, it's Zig's quote. But gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. Now that's kind of powerful. And now that's the reason I kind of italicized a little bit of this, underlined some of this. I want you to really look at this quote and let this sink in. Because guys, I have been a follower of gratitude and keeping a gratitude journal, and Jordan has as well, for many years now. I'd really have to stop and think back to when this started. But I remember when it started. I just don't remember what year it was, but it has been many years. And this was such a game changer, not only in my business, but it was a game changer in my everyday life, my attitude, how I show up, how I feel. I mean, gratitude is so powerful. It is so powerful.
And it's instant, right? Because you can be feeling down, you can be feeling frustrated, you can be feeling discouraged. And all you have to do is sit there for just 2 seconds and think about something that you're grateful for. And we're going to talk more about why this works so well in a minute, but it's the coolest thing because it's instantly you just feel your mood elevate, right? It's super cool. And when you become really intentional about it, replacing every negative thought with a grateful thought, it takes habit, right? Like that's not how we're wired, but oh my gosh, it's so powerful. So it's definitely a really, it's just one of the best things, one of the best habits you can cultivate for sure.
Yeah. So look at that first sentence again. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. I want you to remember that. That is just so powerful.
In fact, you guys, while we're talking about today's contest, do us a favor and in the comments, go ahead and share something you're grateful for right now. All right. I know I personally am super grateful for all of you. In fact, that's what I wrote down in my gratitude journal this morning. I wrote down, the very first thing I wrote down is I am grateful for an audience of people that we get to serve, right? Like I'm so grateful that we get to get on and talk about stuff like this and that there's actually people like you who want to hang out with us and listen, right? Like that's so cool to me. Social media is just one of the coolest things. And so share something that you're grateful for in the comments. So every single week on Coffee with K&J, we'd like to do a live giveaway. But we know you can't always attend live. So we give you 7 days to participate in this giveaway. And then we always announce the winner next week. And to win, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is share this broadcast or the blog post. And I'm going to go ahead and pop the blog post up there for you guys on the screen so you can see it. But all you have to do is share. You can share this if you're watching on YouTube, hit the share button. If you're watching it on our Facebook page, hit the share button. If you're watching it in our Global Freedom Community group, you'll need to go over to either the page or YouTube, or maybe just go to the blog post and share from there. You cannot share from the group specifically because it's a private group. However, all you have to do to be entered to win the contest is share, but then come back and comment that you shared. Okay, because we can say, oh, it got 17 shares. Awesome. We don't know who those people are if you don't come back and comment and tell us. So the cool thing is for every share, you get an extra entry into the drawing. Okay, and this week, we are giving away a $100 Amazon gift card, which is what we gave away last week as well. And we picked our winner from last week. Last week's winner is Christy Hunt. Christy, if you will reach out to us, you can either send us a message on Facebook or you can go to globalfreedomcommunity.com and contact us through support. We will get your Amazon gift card sent over to you. Christy tuned in last week on YouTube and she shared 3 times. She had 3 entries into the drawing and she was one of our winners. So how cool is that?
Awesome. Very, very good. So I wrote down your name, Christy. I'll be watching for your message. So be sure and reach out so we can get you that Amazon gift card ASAP.
Yeah. And if you share while we're live on the broadcast, we'll give you guys a share shout out as well. And, thank you publicly for sharing. If you're watching the replay, of course, just know we're super grateful for you for sharing as well. So, hey there from New Jersey. Facebook's not telling me your name, but tuning in from New Jersey. Hello. Hey there, Nancy. And hey there, Celine. Jean says, I'm grateful that you both came into my life a year ago in April. Aw, thank you, Jean. We appreciate you. And we are so grateful that you're here as well. And grateful for our neighbors who went together with us to start our own chopping business. That's awesome, Jenny. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, good morning, everybody. And if you're tuning in from Facebook, we can't always see your name, but just know we see that you're commenting. And we're grateful that you're here. So let's dive in and let's get going. This is what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, you guys, it's a 30-day gratitude challenge that's proven, scientifically proven actually, to increase your happiness, reduce your stress, and grow your business. Okay, like how cool is that? It's scientifically proven that gratitude does all of these things. And if you want to know the link to the article where we actually found like the scientific studies on these things, let us know. Just comment link please in the comments if you're watching on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll pop it into the description later so that you guys can check it out there. But I'll be happy to share the article. If you like sciencey stuff and you want to kind of read some of that stuff, I'm happy to share the article I found that actually scientifically proves that this stuff works. Okay. And Mom, tell them about the download because every single week, we give you guys a free resource along with Coffee and K&J to help you take a deeper dive and get more out of the episode.
Yeah, so this one is our Miracle Morning Routine template, and this is going to actually help you, like, it's going to give you a template to set up and structure your miracle morning or your morning routine. Okay, we call it a miracle morning because it's just a miracle how much it will help and change. Now, if you're already doing your morning routine, here's what I want to recommend, because I know some of you have been around a long time and you know we are all about morning routines. And again, just like gratitude, it's something we've been pushing for a long, long time. But here's what I've found is what happens is you're going along and you're doing this morning routine, because I've fallen into this trap, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing it. And then all of a sudden I go back and I review the template and I review all of the pieces. So I'm like, you know what? This one little piece is kind of slipped, or this has slipped, or that slipped. It's so funny how these things happen, how a habit becomes a habit. And before you know it, it kind of evolves into a new habit. You know, we kind of changed it up. So I want to encourage you to still grab this, review it, make sure that your morning routine is on spot, like just, you know, it's spot on like it needs to be. And you can grab that again at globalfreedomcommunity.com/44.
Yeah, and while this episode is really about gratitude and a gratitude challenge, we want to challenge you guys further to try this entire 20-minute morning routine for 30 days. You know, Mom and I have been doing this since 2013. We first actually heard about having a morning routine from a friend of ours whose name is Dr. Anthony Fernando. And he taught us that through one of the I guess it was the first online course we ever purchased. And it was called the Focus Formula, which unfortunately is not available at the moment. But
good news, I think it's coming back out.
I saw that. I saw that he's thinking about releasing it again, which would be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But that was where we first learned about morning routine. Then we got into the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And now there's even Miracle Morning for network marketers. And, you know, the morning routine is just so, so powerful. So we highly recommend you go check out that that free resource. Okay, let's see here. I got too many screens going on over here. Starting your day in neutral. Let's talk about this. Okay, you guys. So drop a yes in the comments if you can relate to this. You wake up in the morning, your alarm goes off, you're already running late because you hit the snooze button, you know, one too many times, and you're just instantly in reactive mode, right? The kids need breakfast, the dogs need to go outside, you're running late, you're trying to find your shoes. Maybe they're, you know, not because, you know, you didn't finish laundry from the night before or clean up the house, right? So like you're just constantly just like running and crazy, and your mornings are hectic, your mornings are wild. This is what happens. Drop a yes if you can relate to that, by the way. But this is what happens when we start our day in neutral. What we actually do is we like start our day like behind, right? Because there's no such thing really as starting in neutral. Our thoughts determine our actions, which determine our attitude, which determine our self-image, right? So all of those things begin with our thoughts. And the thoughts that we have first thing in the morning are the thoughts that are going to determine the rest of our day. And our days are what determine our weeks are what determine our months are what determine our years, right? And so I want to talk to you, like I want to encourage you. This is why having a morning routine and why even just practicing gratitude first thing in the morning is so powerful, so that you're not starting your day in neutral. Right? You're starting your day with intention, and you're intentionally, even if you start your day a little wild and crazy, I want to encourage you to take like 30 seconds and stop, think of something you're grateful for, and then move forward from there. Right? So I see no one's up with me at 5 a.m. You must be a morning routine person like we are. That's awesome. I love it. But before I had my morning routine, I definitely felt that way. Right? And I think a lot of people do feel that way. So Ray Higdon says, you need to carry the attitude of gratitude with you all the time, especially when things don't go your way, right? So by starting that day with positivity and gratitude, you're instantly setting yourself up for a better day, a more productive day, a happier day, and all the crap that happens, I mean, it happens, right? Life happens every day. I mean, very rarely does my day end up matching what I had down on my calendar that day, like minute by minute, right? Like things come in, there are distractions, things go wrong. We were laughing last week while we were in the middle of this broadcast. I got a text message that my horse was sick. So I was like, okay, gotta get done with this video so I can get out and check on her, right? Like things happen. And but when you start with gratitude, then those things that happen, they aren't going to derail you as much as if you're just stuck in this downward negative spiral.
Yeah. So the strategy that we're going to share with you today, it's like Jordan mentioned, it's simply to be grateful. Okay. She pretty much covered this. So it's really it's about being grateful. And it's going to help you to look for the good and the positive. It's going to help you to focus on the things, when you focus on the things that you're grateful for and you let go of the negative, it is just amazing what that does for you. So if you're brand new to network marketing, or maybe you've been around for some time, I mean, I know I'm looking at the list of names here. I know some of you have been around quite a while. Some of you are somewhat brand new to the industry. I just want you to know, I mean, if you're brand new, I want you to know this. If you're not brand new, you're well aware of it. That there are going to be days, there are going to be weeks, there may even be months when you are so frustrated with what's going on. But guess what? When you keep a great attitude and when you find things to be grateful for, and there's always little things that you can be grateful for. You can always find those little things to be grateful for. It is amazing how that changes things. And I can think back to times when we had teams, and I remember this so precisely. I can think of specific people that, when their name would pop up on caller ID, and this was back like landline. Okay, so the name would pop up on caller ID. This was not when we used Messenger, but the telephone. And I would see specific people's names, and I knew they were calling to tell me things that were going wrong in their business. I knew that it was going to be a negative conversation, and that sucked the energy out of me. It was like and it was just a circle for them. They were always in this attitude of all the things that were wrong. Well, guess what? A lot of those people are no longer in the industry. You can't make it here. Well, really, I don't think you could make it in any industry. I mean, if you were, as a teacher, I remember teachers that just were always negative. Guess what? They're not teachers anymore. I can think of people in different professions, realtors that were always negative about. I can think of realtor friends that were always negative about, I can't get anyone to list a home, and my houses aren't selling, and this and that. And guess what? They're not realtors anymore. So if you're committed to this industry, one of the first things you got to do is you got to get an attitude of gratitude and look for the good. Okay, because you're going to have prospects tell you no. You're going to have friends say that they're going to check out your video and then they're not going to do it. You're going to, message someone and they're going to read it, but never, ever, ever reply. I don't mean they're going to reply days later. You may not ever hear from them. You're going to have new team members quit. You're going to have leaders quit. Okay, as you start building teams, I hate to bring that to you. If you've not built a big team with huge leaders, and nothing can be more devastating and suck the life out of you than to have a big leader quit. And it isn't because of what you realize you're no longer going to have. It's because you know what they're losing, what they're leaving behind. Mm-hmm. And it's like, or that's what I experienced when this has happened to me. And I really had to very quickly just release, let go, be grateful that they were in my life, and just keep the friendship. Because you never know, they might want to come back, and they might be open to the opportunity at another time. There's just something going on that's not right for them right then. So you just got to keep that attitude of gratitude and not just block them out of your life, okay? You're going to have customers return products. You're going to hit a volume, things get returned, and your volume goes back down. Jordan and I have experienced that recently even. Guess what? We're like, okay, let's be grateful for what we got. What can we do to get this back up to where it needs to be? And guess what? We found a solution, okay? Because we didn't focus on the negative for a long time. And I could go on and on and on. Those are just a few things, and I don't want this to be a negative thing, but I want you to know these things are going to happen. And it's yucky. It stinks. But guess what? You got to keep an attitude of gratitude, and you got to keep that attitude positive if you don't want it just to be a downward spiral that just goes away. I mean, it just goes down, down, down. Okay. You don't want that to happen. So anyway.
Well, and I will say too, when negative things happen, and this is just something that Mom and I both practice daily. And I say daily because negative things happen all the time, right? Sometimes they're little things, sometimes they're big things, but things happen. And so when something gets me down, or maybe these days, I think we've been doing this long enough for me now, I've developed a thicker skin with things that happen. And so sometimes it's just like a string of things happen. And then there's finally just something, it's like the straw that breaks the camel's back. And I'm just like, ugh. And so what I do is I give myself 30 seconds to be pissed, to be mad, to be sad, to be negative. I can whine, I can complain, I can vent. And then I love this comment, look for the positive, look for solutions. Absolutely. After that 30 seconds, you go into solution mode, right? You got to figure out how, okay, what's the next step? What am I going to do to fix this? How can I make this better? How can I keep this from happening again? Maybe you can't keep it from happening again. Maybe all you can do is control your response to it the next time it happens, right? And so you got to give yourself time to kind of wallow in it. But I mean, don't give yourself a whole lot of time. And then you just got to immediately jump in to reaction mode. So why is an attitude of gratitude, why does this accelerate your success? Okay, I think one of the biggest reasons is because it's impossible for you to hold two thoughts in your mind at the same time. You cannot consciously think about two things at one time. So that means you cannot consciously hold a negative thought and a positive thought in your mind at the same time. And this goes back to kind of what we talked about earlier, that when you get in the habit of when you feel a negative thought coming in, recognizing it, identifying it, and eliminating it, right? Saying, oh my gosh, nope, I'm complaining. Even if you're just complaining in your head, right? You're whining in your head. You say, no, I'm going to stop that. And instead, I'm so grateful, right? Another word that people use all the time is overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed. I looked at this and I just stopped because I got overwhelmed, right? Like, oh my gosh. And we used to do this all the time, right, Mom? And now what do we say instead? We go, man, this is interesting. I saw that list of all those things I need to do to grow my business. Man, that's an interesting list, right? Like, you got to get positive about it. And what's funny is when you say it's interesting, you laugh because it's kind of ridiculous. Because sometimes it really is overwhelming.
It's very comical.
You also choose not to acknowledge that overwhelm. Don't you agree, Mom?
Oh yeah, it's very comical. That is so true. So, and I want to remind you guys, if you're getting value out of this, if you're enjoying this, if you're liking this, and if you want your name to go into the drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card, you want to be sure and share this broadcast and then comment shared over in the comments so that we know you shared it and we can drop you in there. Someone said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. You have 5 seconds to execute the thought before the negative hits. I love that.
Yes, that's so cool. So, when we're focused on good things, our attitude is better. It makes us more enjoyable to be around. We build better relationships. We are more motivated to work our business. We get better results. I mean, do you ever sit down to talk to someone? I remember back when I used to do networking groups and we had to do these one-on-one meetings with people in these networking groups. And oh my gosh, I won't even start on how much I hated those things. However, there were some that I really, once I got there and got into it, I enjoyed it because the person was positive. They were inspiring. I loved hearing their story, about how they were building their business or their career. And then there were some people who I was like, I can't even sit here with you for 45 minutes because all you're going to do is complain. All you're going to do is whine. You're going to tell me how much your job sucks and how you don't want to be here. It just sucks the energy out of you, right? So that makes it hard to build relationships if you're always in that attitude, and it transfers over online even more, I think, right?
Oh.
So you've got to develop the habit of gratitude, beginning and ending each day with grateful thoughts, and then working to eliminate those negative thoughts that pop up throughout the day as well.
Thanks for sharing, Jean and Mary. I love that, Jean, that you said gratefully shared. That's awesome. And we
Yes.
have another one that shared. It says Facebook user. I don't see it in the group. I mean, on the page. So I'm not. And if I
Probably in
click
the
on it,
group.
yeah. But I want to thank everyone who has shared. We appreciate that. So,
and we will be able to see your comments. Like when we go back and check the replay, we'll be able to see your name. So don't worry about that.
Did you cover? We'll see. I think we might have skipped a slide. The challenge.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
There we go. Boom.
Make sure we don't. Yeah, we just don't want to skip this part. This is the important part.
The whole point, right?
It's like, yeah, let's skip the point and just go on to the end. Okay. Yeah. So this is why we have notes, guys. This is why we have notes. So our challenge for you is to commit to using the gratitude journal, to use a gratitude journal. Okay. The journal outline, and you're going to find this in the download, okay, for 30 days. And try beginning your day and ending your day with journaling about things that you're grateful for, even if it's just for 5 minutes, okay? Really, 5 minutes is all it takes. And if you're skeptical, I want to encourage you to do it even more so, okay? Even more so. Because I want to tell you, I was skeptical. I was very skeptical. I thought, oh, this is a bunch of hogwash. This is a bunch of nonsense. This is just like, yeah, it's just a bunch of crap. I mean, I seriously thought that. And I could not believe what a difference it made. So, honestly, I thought I was already grateful. I mean, I was like, I'm grateful. I'm always grateful. I'm always telling people thank you. I know how to be polite and nice, but this challenge, it really made a difference. And so I think it will blow you away how much it helps. So I want you to do this. And if you've got a team, encourage them to do this with you. Okay. Encourage them to do this with you. So now we want you to grab the resource that we've created for you. It's at globalfreedomcommunity.com/44. This is our morning routine template. And you can get this. You can give this link to your team. Let them grab it if they want it. Remember, if you share the post, let us know you shared it. Your name will go into a drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card. And you know what you can do with this Amazon gift card? I mean, this is what I would do if I were you. This is just my recommendation. If you have a team, or maybe you don't, maybe you're running a challenge inside your product group. Maybe you're running a challenge inside your opportunity group. Or like I say, maybe you have a team. Why not take, say, half of this Amazon gift card if you win it, and give away two $25 Amazon gift cards? Like use your money to turn around and buy an Amazon gift card and do it in your challenge, or use it to purchase whatever it is you're going to give away in your challenge, or use it to purchase something for your team to run a contest. Like use it to increase your business, in other words. Now, if you're not running challenges in your product groups, if you have no team and you're not like, your library of personal and professional development isn't stocked, then I would say that you need to probably buy some good books that you can learn from and use, and that will move your business forward. But I want to really encourage you, if you win this $100 Amazon gift card, use it in a way to increase your business. Like pay it forward, which will then pay you forward. It will increase your bottom line.
I saw a quote on Instagram. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. It's so funny, from Eric Worre. Let's see here if I can pull it up. It's related to this. It's not off topic. Let's see. Yeah. He said, I'm going to be kind, but I'm going to be firm. If you say I'm just not a reader, then you're an amateur when it comes to learning. And that made me laugh because we do hear that a lot, right? Where people say things like, oh, I'd get into personal and professional development, but I'm just not a reader, right? Like, become a reader, figure it out, listen to Audible, read it on your Kindle, buy I love just the paper books. I just think that's so cool. And so, spending this on something for your team is amazing. Also, investing in some good personal and professional development books are also amazing. So great way to spend that cash. I want to answer a question really quick before we move on to kind of wrap this up. And that's this question: how do you get out of conversations faster when you know it's going to be negative or draining? And like I said, StreamYard doesn't always show us who asked the question. So if you want to comment and let us know who you are, who asked, I'd love that. We can go figure it out after the broadcast. But anyways, I love this question because you're right. Like sometimes you just feel like there's not, especially if you're really polite and you're a people pleaser, you don't really know how to end the conversation. I have developed, and I mean, it's kind of a lie. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's kind of a lie, but I'll just say, I'm so sorry. You know, I love talking to you, but I've got another appointment, right? Gotta run. Oh, hey, Carrie. All right, awesome. Carrie Baxter is the one who asked this question. So yeah, it's, I just say I got an appointment. You know what? Oh my gosh, you know, I'm so sorry that you're having such a rough day. I hope it gets better. I've got to run, but let's talk soon, right? Or something like that. I just always tell people I have to go. And sometimes it just means I have to go to another message, right? Like it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to go away or that I'm leaving the computer. And so that's a good tip for, you know, being busy. And sometimes it's even great conversations that you're having, but the conversation's gone on for like long enough, right? It's just like you've got something else you need to get to. Mom and I are real big on time blocking. And so sometimes even if we have a scheduled appointment, almost always we'll start the conversation by saying, oh my gosh, like, how are you? So great to talk to you. So just real quick, wanted to let you know, I've got another appointment at 1, but we can talk right up until that time, right? And so that way they know ahead of time that you've only got a set amount of time. And sometimes that appointment is with another person. Sometimes it's an appointment with ourselves, right? And I think as entrepreneurs, you've got to honor appointments that you set with yourself as much as you honor appointments that you set with other people. So sometimes that's my prospecting time, and I'm not going to miss my prospecting time because I, you know, was talking too long. Sometimes I enjoy talking too long, right? But you got to have that discipline of saying, this is where I've got to cut it off, right? So just little side note, little side lesson there. But we've got a question for you guys. And we asked this earlier, but we got a lot of people on who weren't on at the very beginning. What are you grateful for this very minute? Whether you're watching live or watching the replay, we would love for you to type this into the comments and let us know something that you are grateful for right now. So,
you know, one of the things I'm grateful for, I mentioned this earlier, but I am grateful for like quotes. Like I'm grateful for the fact that we have like Zig Ziglar quotes. I'm grateful that we have Jim Rohn quotes. I have got one of my favorite, and this is not my personal blog post, but I have got one I refer to quite often, that it's 21 Jim Rohn quotes on reading books. And I'm going to post those in the comments, those 21. But one of them that just cracks me up is he says, some people claim it's okay to read trashy novels because sometimes you can find something valuable in them. Now, this is how funny he is. And I'm not against reading novels, guys. Don't get me wrong. I just think this is the funniest quote. He says, but you can also find a crust of bread in a garbage can if you search long enough. But there is a better way. So, it just makes me laugh. And so there's a lot of really good ones. I'm gonna drop them in the things. And another one I thought was really good is he says, those who will not read are no better off than those who cannot read. So you're capable, you're able, you need to be doing it, you know? So anyway.
For sure. For sure. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us today on this episode of Coffee with K&J. Don't forget that if you share this broadcast, if you got value from it and you share, we're going to put your name into a drawing for a free $100 Amazon gift card. You can share the YouTube video. You can share the Facebook broadcast. You can share the blog post. Doesn't matter. Either way, you just got to come back and comment somewhere, hey, I shared this 3 times, and then your name will go in the drawing 3 times. All right. So let us know what you're grateful for in the comments. Don't forget to share so we can put your name in the drawing. And we can't wait to see you guys right back here next week for another episode of Coffee with K&J. All right. Bye, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Talk soon.
Bye, everybody.